Aloha and welcome to West Maui. I'm Anita Marcy and this is my Saturday art session. Today I'd like to talk to you about one of my very favorite all-time subjects, and that is intuition. Intuition is a wonderful, wonderful gift that we all have. We just need to pay attention. We need to tune in and align with our inner guidance, because we all have it. Believe me when I tell you that. I've studied this subject quite a bit, and I've been practicing it forever, as far as I can remember. And it's just one of the best things we can ever do for ourselves. You know, we always think that we're alone and we have to figure things out by ourselves, but really, we don't. We have our inner guidance, and that connects to this source of everything. You can call her God or call him God or however we want to say it, but I'm going to tell you the truth. Intuition is the key to a happy life. Whenever you have a question, all you have to do is ask. Today, I'm going to share my story with you about how I moved to Maui. I was living a great big life in New York. I was teaching full-time every day of the week, and I was really enjoying it, but you know, it was a little overwhelming for me, and I wasn't so happy with my marriage, and there were just a lot of things that I felt like I needed to change. I just had no idea what to do or how to do it. I love books and I love bookstores, so I used to always spend a lot of time at bookstores. So I would go in to the Barnes & Noble right up the street and just hang out and look at the books and see what talked to me, what caught my attention. One day I went to the store and a book fell off the shelf, literally in front of my feet. Well, if that's not a sign, I don't really know what is. So of course I picked the book up, and it was a white book with a red circle on the cover. And I thought, this looks interesting. It was called The Circle. And I thought, wow, I better check this out. Bought the book, took it home, read the book. It was a meditation book, which was very interesting. It was about visualizing and creating, manifesting, like we talked about last week. But I thought, okay, that's great, but I don't know what to put in the circle. I had no idea what to put in the circle. I knew I wanted to change everything. I just did not know how. So I thought, all right, well, back to the bookstore I went, and I had noticed in this book that there was another book by the same author, and that was called Practical Intuition. That book changed my life completely. I went, I bought that book, and I never looked back. That book is fabulous. Again, it's Practical Intuition by Laura Day, and it's just fascinating. What it is the author helps you to construct 3 questions. And it's important, and we'll talk about this too, how you address your intuition, how you ask the questions. And she will help you with that in the beginning of the book. It's more about, you don't want to do yes or no questions. You basically want to do questions that are open, like how will this be? What will this look like? Things like that, so that you can get visual clues or oral clues or what I call physical clues. So anyway, off to the bookstore. So I read the book and I posed my 3 questions, and what she has you do is answer the questions that you design with a form of stream of consciousness writing. And what she does is she gives you exercises. There are several exercises. So one, for instance, is, okay, there are 2 apples. What do they look like? And you describe these apples, and believe it or not, somehow you do see these things in your mind. It's pretty fascinating. And so my exercise was, pretend you're a balloon. What does your balloon look like? Well, of course, my balloon was purple because it's my favorite color. So then the question was, what happens to your balloon? What is your balloon doing? Where is it going? Floating up, and what do you see? Well, guess what? My balloon floated to Maui. And I didn't know it was Maui. My balloon floated across the entire country, Then it floated across the entire ocean, and I saw this island, and I could not see the entire chain. I only saw one island, which, now makes sense to me, because if I saw the whole chain, how would I know which island I was supposed to be on, right? So there I am, I'm looking down, and I see this island, and I actually could see white sand beaches on the west side of the island and black sand beaches on the right side, which we actually have. And I thought, okay, so what else would I do? I drew it. So I drew my island, but I still had no idea where it was or what it was. In New York, you don't really think that much about Hawaii. So you go to the Caribbean. But anyway, so there I am. The next morning I go into my class and I'm talking with my students, and I show them my drawing of my island. And I go, does anybody have any idea where this is or what island this is? And sure enough, one of my students pops up and she says, that's Maui. And I said, you mean Hawaii? And she says, yeah. I said, how do you know that? She said, because I've been there. She said, it's the most beautiful place I've ever seen. And I thought, oh boy. And I'm getting it right now. I'm getting some chicken skin just thinking about it. I was so excited. So I go, okay, back to the bookstore. Now I get a book on the islands of Hawaii. And I go, there it is. There was Maui. Just the way I drew it. Unbelievable, right? Stream of consciousness, tapping in, aligning with your inner wisdom. So there I am. And I go, I'm looking and I'm reading, and I see Lahaina, the art capital of the Pacific. And I go, oh yeah, that must be it. As I was looking for my new home, my new life, a new way to just completely start over and begin again. And I found it. So what did I do? I went ahead and booked a trip to Maui. And when I got here, it was it was pretty difficult because it's a rough trip from the East Coast to Maui, I will say that. However, when I got here, there were 7 rainbows in a row over the West Maui Mountains to welcome me home. I didn't know that at the time. I thought that was probably just a normal thing to have 7 rainbows in a row, but I've never seen it since in 17 years. So I now look back and think that was pretty special. Thank you, Mother Maui. So here we are, and I go, okay, wow, I love it. I'm happy. What do I do? How do I stay here? I want to be here. Like, I knew pretty much within a day or two that I was home. And I saw this little art school up in Kapalua. I thought, wonder what that's all about. So I tried to reach them. It was Memorial Day weekend, so they were closed. I left a message on the phone. And then Tuesday morning when they opened, the director called me. And she says, I got your message. I'd love to meet with you. And I said, but we're leaving today. And she says, can you be here in 10 minutes? And I said, yes, I can. So I went in for the meeting and I walked out with a contract. Pretty exciting stuff, right? So I go, yeah, I'm coming back to Maui in 6 months for 2 weeks. And they put me up in a gorgeous condo, and I'm telling you what, it was just like a miracle. So I come back in August, November. It was right around Thanksgiving, I recall. And I go and I teach my class, and I'm having a good time, and I'm thinking, oh, this is good. I can do this. And the director said to me, Anita, you are a fabulous teacher. You can come here, you can stay here, you can teach as many classes as you want. So, wow. So there I was. I had a job. Next thing you know, I was moving to Maui, and that was January. So in less than a year, with only 2 visits here, I moved to Maui. That was because I followed my instincts and I trusted my guidance. So that is just the absolute best thing in the world. Now, I'm going to share with you the different ways that I align with my intuition. The first way that I do is I just simply ask a question out loud. It's a form of meditation, right? Because you sit quietly, you clear your mind, then you ask your question, and then you listen. You pay attention to what pops into your mind first, whatever it is. Now, this can work either way. It can work by just listening, or as I mentioned earlier, you can do stream of consciousness writing. Both are excellent ways of asking questions and receiving guidance. So that's my first way. And I don't say that I have a favorite way, because I think that all the ways work, all the things I'm going to share with you today. My next way is a physical sensing. It's sort of along the lines of being emotional and feeling your emotions. I'm going to talk about emotional guidance system, which it goes hand in hand with intuition, but it is a subject that I think deserves a separate discussion. So we'll talk about that maybe next week. Anyway, here we are, and I'm asking a question. Again, you must ask the question. If you want the guidance, you need to ask the question. So I will ask the question, and sometimes I don't even ask the question. Sometimes I'll be in a conversation, or I'll say something, and then all of a sudden I get this little ping in the middle of my stomach, and it's just a very subtle thing, but it's subtle. It's enough to make me pay attention. It is enough to make me say, oh, I better listen to that. Oh, wait, what did I just say? Excuse me. And you go and you think about that. It's a way of your body telling you to pay attention. And I call that a physical alignment. The third way I like to tune in is through an auditory alignment. And an auditory alignment is, again, you're asking the question and you listen. Now, I know this sounds like it's pretty much the same as what I said before, but it's different, because you listen, but you also feel at the same time. So you're adding another dimension. And I have what I call an inside voice and an outside voice, believe it or not. I know that sounds a little silly, maybe crazy, but it's not at all. So when you ask your question, and sometimes you're not even asking questions. Sometimes you're just walking along, or you're not even thinking about anything in particular, and then all of a sudden this voice pops in your mind and you hear it. And when that happens, you've got to listen, because that is your outside voice. Now, your inside voice is, like I said before, when you're thinking about something, you're asking a question. Your outside voice is when you're not focused on anything in particular, and some sort of message, usually it's a statement, comes in. For instance, as I was leaving the montage where I've been teaching acrylic painting classes for the last year and a half, and as we all know, it's closed right now, but as I was leaving on the last day, which was Friday, March 13th, as I walked out, I heard this, and I wasn't really thinking about anything. I was just leaving for the day, and I heard this voice in my head that said, "You're not going to be here for a very long time. Look around and say goodbye." And I thought, oh my goodness, how can that be right? Well, sure enough, the following week was when all the shutdowns started to happen. My voice was right. So again, it's about really just paying attention. The other thing that I really like to do, I really like to say, show me, please. So like if there's something I can't solve, can't figure it out. Like one time I was trying to, it sounds silly too, but I was trying to figure out how to hang a curtain, and I could not figure it out. And it was a complicated situation. I wanted to, hang this curtain, and it wasn't the usual just hang up a curtain rod situation. So had to figure it out. So I asked my guidance. I said, please show me. And I closed my eyes and I sat there and I thought, I'm gonna know how to do this now. And sure enough, I got a picture in my mind of how to do it. Pretty cool, huh? So the other thing I found that I would love to share with you is the more you use it, the more you pay attention, the more you act upon your guidance, the more you get. And it's just a wonderful thing when you start to really believe that you can do anything, you can solve anything, you can figure anything out, then that's when you're really flowing. That's when you're really in tune, you're aligned. with the wisdom of the universe. And it's just always there for us. But we need to ask, and then we need to listen to the answers that we receive. So once again, there's the physical guidance. Sense in your body, and it maybe won't be a ping in your stomach, maybe it'll be like a little flutter of your heart, or it really could be anything. Chicken skin, I get that all the time. A lot of times somebody will say something and I go, oh, that's true. I call them truth bumps, not goosebumps. I call them truth bumps, because I know that what I'm hearing is the truth. So just start to pay attention to that and see what your body has to say to you. It could be a little twitch, maybe your eye twitches. I mean, it could be anything, and it's different, I'm sure, for everyone. But the physical intuition. And number 2, again, the visual intuition, asking to show me, writing it down. Anything works, really, but you must ask and you must listen to the answers. And the third, again, is feeling, sensing the intuition. So I hope this helps. I hope you'll investigate this, because it's just a wonderful, wonderful thing that we have, that we can enjoy, that we can use to our benefit. Right now I'm having a situation, I'm trying to figure out how to get my iPhone videos off my iPhone, and I've not figured it out yet. In fact, I put a post up today, I need some help. I keep asking to show me. I've tried several different things. I just haven't found the answer yet. I need the answer so I can proceed with my lessons. So if anybody out there knows how to get big, large videos off your iPhone to email or to upload or to, I've been able to get them onto YouTube, but that's about it. So again, you also have to know when to ask outside for help. So I think it just all works. And I've gotten the guidance that I need to ask for help. So that's what I'm doing. And I used to think I used to always have to do everything by myself, but I don't think that anymore. In fact, I think especially after what we're all going through right now, we need each other more than ever. We need to be there for each other, support each other, and most of all, we need to love each other. So I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. I really enjoyed talking with you today. Enjoy your day. With love from Maui. Aloha.